Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Tune In Tuesday for Better Business Bureau serving Connecticut. If anyone is tuning in to hear about the puppy scams, that's what we're going to talk about today. So the reason we're talking about puppy scams today is because we usually see an increase when it is getting warmer outside. So people who are trying to get a pet and train it over the springtime, it's going to get warmer out. You won't have to train it in the snow, in the winter months when it's really cold to be walking them around outside. And we also see an increase around Christmas and the holiday season as well. So we really wanted to get the word out about puppy scams this spring since we did see an increase on our scam tracker. So if you don't know what scam tracker is, actually, our BBB scam tracker is a tool online where if you are scammed, if you know someone who has been scammed, if you get scam callers or scam emails, you can actually report them to BBB and then we look into them. And it does go by state, it goes by town. So it's really cool because you can actually zoom in and see what's happening in your own hometown and see what people have been scammed from or if anything major has happened in your area. So back to puppy scams, what is a puppy scam? So a puppy scam is when someone tries to order a dog, usually online, or a new puppy, and they find it online and they're looking around and they end up ordering a dog and they are emailing back and forth with the said person who they're purchasing the pet through. And then a couple things may happen. So the dog is usually shipped through an airport or shipped directly to you. It seems really convenient. I mean, it could be a good price too. A lot of people online look for a really cheap pet, especially if they're trying to get a purebred. And anyway, through the shipping process, a couple things happen. They could get stuck at security. They could need a couple extra $100 to buy food for it. And a couple things just pop up that seem sort of random but useful. And then you're asked to pay even more money towards the dog. And it ends up being a scam. So a couple people in Connecticut we've actually seen actually fell for a puppy scam. And it is getting harder to really be able to tell if something is a scam or not, since a lot of people ask us, well, how do you know this company is a scam? So we do have a couple tips in order to prevent a puppy scam. Since all scams are horrible, but a puppy scam is really when it could be a family, it could be a person, it could be an older person who is trying to buy or purchase an animal. And a lot of people hold their animals as a human or about as high as humans in their family. So a lot of people get emotionally invested when purchasing an animal too. So these types of scams can be really, really devastating. So our tips to prevent a puppy scam. Number one is if you are purchasing a dog or a pet in general, you should see it in person first. So people trying to order dogs online, across the country, you're not seeing that pet in real life. And one good tip is to Google image search pictures of that pet that you're seeing online, that you're emailed, just to make sure it's not shown all over the internet. And that would be a sign that obviously it is a scam posting. So tip number two is don't use wire transfer, Western Union, MoneyGram when paying for a pet, especially if you're buying it online. These means of paying are really hard to get refunds if it does end up being a scam. So you should always use your credit card since you would have some extra security whenever purchasing anything really online. You should be using your credit card since you could be able to get some money back if it is a scam. However, wire transfer, MoneyGram, Western Union, that's basically like cash. So once you pay through those means, you really can't get that back. The third tip, I believe we're on number three, it could be for. Low prices. So people looking for a pet online, usually a purebred, you're looking for the lowest price, and that's not always the best case scenario. So really watch out if you've been researching a certain breed of dog and you're looking online and one in particular site has it at an extremely low cost, that could also be a red flag. So you really want to be doing your homework, reading reviews, searching bbb.org, searching Google, and looking to see if other people have actually purchased pets through this company. And then our last tip overall is always check local shelters too. It's always great to be adopting dogs. It's obviously your choice if you want to adopt or if you want to purchase from a breeder. However, it's always a great tip to help dogs in your area who are homeless, who could also be young. A lot of people don't realize that in shelters there are puppies. They're not always older dogs who some people don't want in their home. They want a puppy, they want to raise it. So it's always a good point to go out and check those local shelters to see if you can adopt a pet in your area first, and you would see it in person, you would see if you like it, and you're not just going off of pictures. So that's really all of the tips we have right now about puppy scams. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM our Instagram account and I will try to answer them as best I can. In the meantime, please keep a lookout if you are trying to purchase a pet and you are looking to potentially purchase online and have a pet shipped to you. It's always best to do a little bit of research first, and if you're still not quite sure, you can always reach out to us and we can try to give you a couple other things that you can check out on that company as well, just to make sure you really want to make that transaction. So I thank everyone for tuning in today for our Tune In Tuesday, and I hope you enjoyed our little segment on puppy scams.